rhythm and blues. Really blue, really brave, really black. Take your time. What do you like? One of these you can use it. But R&B stands for Ruth Brown.
During the 50s, Atlantic Records was known as the house that Ruth built. Her regional hit-making reigned from 1949 to the close end of the 50s, which helped establish the label to prominence in the R&B field. Later in her career, the industry all but forgotten her, and she was forced to toil as a domestic help for some time before she soon returned to the top as a post-war R&B pioneer. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Ruth Brown. Now before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more content. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. Born in Portsmouth, Virginia on January 12, 1928, Ruth Weston was the eldest of 7 children. She attended IC Norcom High School. Her father was a dockhand, and he was also the director of a local church choir at Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church. But young Ruth, she showed more interest in singing secular music and performing at nightclubs, rebelling against her father. Young Ruth was initially inspired by jazz musicians such as Sarah Vaughan, Billie Holiday, and Dinah Washington. By the age of 17, young Ruth ran away from her home in 1945 to hit the road with trumpeter Jimmy Brown, whom she soon married. A month with bandleader Lucky Miller's orchestra in 1947 ended abruptly in Washington, D.C., where she was canned for delivering around the drinks to the band members. Cab Calloway's sister Blanche gave Ruth a gig at her club, and she also took the role of her manager and mentor. DJ Willis Conover loved Brown's act and recommended her to Ahmad Ertegun and Herb Aberson, who owned an up-and-coming label named Atlantic Records. In 1948, Ertegun and Aberson drove from New York City to Washington, D.C. to hear Brown sing. Her repertoire was mostly popular ballads, but Ertegun convinced her to switch to rhythm and blues. Unfortunately, Brown's debut session for the label was delayed by a 9-month hospital stay due to a serious car accident that she had en route to New York City that badly injured her leg. When she finally made it to her first date in May of 1949, she made up for the lost time by waxing the torch of her first hit single, So Long.
Meet again someday. Oh.
Brown's seductive vocal delivery shone incandescently on her Atlantic smashes such as Teardrops in My Eyes,
Rain starts to falling, my love comes tumbling down.
I'll Wait for You,
For you, I'm writing you a letter.
I Know,
Yes, I know. Well, I know.
5, 10, 15 Hours,
If you ever need me, baby, call me on the telephone.
Mama, He Treats Your Daughter Mean,
Mama, he treats me badly.
Oh What a Dream,
So disappointed. How late
and Mambo Baby.
all the time he goes.
Brown built a series of her hits on the groundbreaking TV program Showtime at the Apollo in 1955. showcasing delicious comedic timing while trading sly one-liners with MC Willie Bryant. Brown played mainly racially segregated dances in the southern states, which she toured extensively and was quite popular. She claimed that a writer had once summed up her popularity by saying, "In the South, Ruth Brown is better known than Coca-Cola." Brown performed at the famous 10th Cavalier of Jazz concert held at Wrigley Field in Los Angeles, which was produced by Leon Heffen Sr. on June 20th, 1954. She performed alongside the Flairs, Count Basie and his orchestra, the Lamplighters, Louis Jordan and his Tiffany Five, Christine Cottrell, and Perez Prado in his orchestra. After an even 24 R&B chart appearances for Atlantic Records that ended in 1960 with "Don't Deceive Me,"
You know it's true. That's why.
Brown soon faded from view. Now, you know what else can fade from view? Your online data. Yes, that's correct. Everything is at stake, even your credit card information. You can block that by joining today's sponsor, NordVPN. Now, some may wonder why a VPN service is necessary. Well, just think about the lovely things that you love to do, such as surfing the web, online shopping, or just connecting to free Wi-Fi. We do have them people that are considered digital spies that love to try to steal your data and your credit card information. These people can be someone who's just simply right next to you or your internet service provider. You can protect your internet security today by clicking the link in the description. Thanks to today's sponsor, NordVPN. Now, let's jump back into the video. After raising her two sons, one of whom she had with the legendary Clyde McPhatter, and working a 9-to-5 job, Brown began to rebuild her musical career in the mid-70s. She returned to music in 1975 at the urging of the comedian Red Fox, following a series of comedic acting jobs. This launched her career in TV, film, and on stage. She had a recurring role during the second season of the sitcom Hello. She also starred in the classic film Hairspray. On Broadway, she starred in productions of Amen Corner and Black and Blue. The latter had earned her a Tony Award for Best Actress in a Musical in 1989. In 1987, Brown's fight for musicians' rights and royalties led to the founding of the Rhythm and Blues Foundation in 1988. She was one of the first recipients of the Pioneer Award that she received in 1989. That same year, she released an album titled Blues and Broadway, which won her a Grammy for Best Jazz Vocal Performance by a female. Brown recorded and sang with Rhythm and Blues star Charles Brown. She also toured with Bonnie Raitt in the late 90s. Her 1995 autobiography titled Miss Rhythm had won a Gleason Award for music journalism. She also appeared on Bonnie's 1995 live DVD road-tested singing the song Never Make Your Move Too Soon. Brown was nominated for another Grammy Award in the traditional blues category for her 1997 album R+B= Ruth Brown. In the 2000s, she was portrayed by singer Tressa Thomas in a film that was about Little Richard. Brown also hosted the radio show Blue Stage that was carried on by more than 200 NPR affiliates for 6 years, starting in 1989. Brown was still touring at the age of 78 when she had completed the pre-production work on the Danny Glover film Honey Dripper, which she did not live to finish. But still, her recording of Things About Coming My Way was released after her death on the soundtrack of the film. In August of 2006, her last ever interview took place. In 1989, Brown won the Rhythm and Blues Foundation Pioneer Award followed by being inducted into the Oklahoma Jazz Hall of Fame. That next year, she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and in 1996, she received the Ralph Gleason Award for Journalism. In 2013, Brown was inducted into the Virginia Musical Museum of Virginia Music Hall of Fame, followed by an induction into the National Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame in 2016. Sadly, on November 17, 2006, at the age of 78, Brown passed away from complications following a heart attack and stroke after surgery that she had the previous month. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song from Ruth Brown?